Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're doing part 3 of the build of the Lego Technic crawler crane. Here's a picture of the instruction book. Here's how far we've made it. Got the main chassis built. We've got our enormous gearbox. That was really cool. We did this in part 2. If you missed that, check it out. There's a link down below. So we are now on to bags number 3. We've got 2 bags of parts in this portion. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, sort these out so we can get ready to get this build on. Alright, so we have everything unpacked and sorted. So we're going to begin by, I guess, continuing on building this portion with some 3 long axles that we're going to not push all the way through, just slowly push them a portion of the way in, because we're going to attach this to the turntable, and that's what's going to lock it in place. We have these 2 pieces. Go there and right here. Turn this over, line this up, and push those 3 long axles in there. Now we have 2 more. We're going to use the 1 length side to go on that one. Now we have 2 of these frame pieces. Those both go like that. And let's see. Have this guy going right here. That's going to lock in that blue piece. And then this side, we just have a single one of these. Goes there. Lock that piece in. Two friction pins and 7 long lift arm. Now we have this 9 long lift arm. Alright, I'm going to build this little assembly. So these little things that kind of look like U-shaped, they're typically used for a 90-degree rotational angle. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We create that with this bevel gear. It's going to go in here. So you can see that gear turns. And we have a U-joint there. And a red axle. So then here's the other bevel gear. Goes like that. So you can see when I rotate this red axle piece, we have a 90-degree rotational angle where this long axle is starting to rotate. So we will put this lined up right here. So the cord has to go through. All right, let me do this first. So this red axle is going to go into that red axle joiner. And then this will line up here. And this axle is actually going to go down and attach to that red axle joiner down there. It looks like I have my thing on backwards. Oops. So let me do this. I need to pull this out and actually rotate it around. So my pin, this dark gray pin, was supposed to be at the bottom. I don't know what's going to connect to it, but I had it in the wrong spot. And then of course my axle joiner came loose, so that's not good. I'm going to have to somehow get this back in there. Actually, there's only one way to get it back in there. And that's to reverse a few steps. Alright. Got that there, that there, that there. There we go. We're good now. Alright. So that's what's going to drive the tracks. It's basically our track drive chain. Make sure we have all that good. Yep, all that looks good. So we're gonna push that to the side. We have this little sub build to make. Have these thin lift arms, so we're gonna put these axles with stops. So I have this 10 long axle with a small gear on it. You can see it just rotates in there. Remember, don't squeeze stuff too tight. I'm going to put a worm gear with another axle with a stop. This little gear selector piece. And a 3 long axle. So this black axle will not rotate until the worm gear rotates. Okay, now this slides through there, that goes there. Gonna put a half bushing on and then a little pulley wheel. Then another half bushing, this yellow pin joiner. another half bushing, another pulley wheel, and one more half bushing. So you can see that rotation when I turn the worm gear, how those pulley wheels start turning. Now it looks like we're going to build another one. It's going to be very similar, just like a mirrored copy of it maybe. Alright, so this is where some of the similarities end. We're actually using an 8-long axle with a axle joiner, and then we'll put this bushing on there. Next, there, 3-long axle attached to these 2 pins with axle joiners, and then we're going to put these pin bushings, that's what I like to call them. Alright, so we're going to do our pulley wheels again. So we have that pulley wheel, a little half bushing, the pin joiner, the half bushing, another pulley wheel, another half bushing. Rotate this way. And this lines up right there. Give these a couple turns and make sure everything works still. Looks good. And we'll bring our crane back over. Looks like this lines up here. Push these pieces in. Got some more frame elements to build. Alright, so this one's going to go on the other side. So we'll slide this in right here. Push that piece in. And I popped off a bushing. Next we have two bevel gears. Those both go there and they're interlocking with those tan gears. Now this will go across and hold everything together. Okay. We have 4 friction pins and 2 of the 3 long friction pins. Just set those up ready for something in the future. Move that to the side. Now we're going to build a little sub-assembly. Got a couple axles. Alright, have 2x3 plate with some Technic bricks and a tile. And we're going to use our first sticker, sticker number 3. And that sticker's going to go across the tile there. Put a couple friction pins in here. One by 3 plate on the bottom, and then a 7 long lift arm here. Now we have this function selector switch with a axle on it. So we slide this axle through and it actually doesn't really lock in place. It's meant to slide back and forth. Then these little pieces will hold it in there. Alright, so we've created another one of these locked in axles. Kind of building the same thing but in a different order as what we built just a minute ago. It's kind of weird how they do that. Alright, another one of these plates with some Technic bricks. Got a friction pin and a 3 long friction pin. We've got our tile plate, sticker number 12. Goes like this. That goes there. Another selector piece which slides in here. Got this one lift arm to kind of close everything off. Let's see. Okay. I was about to say I'm missing something here. And that's what I'm missing. Skipped a step. That interlocks like that. It's basically our control box area. Bring our cord up here out of the way. If it'll stay up there. There we go. We make sure that these selectors are all in the middle. Go ahead and line these up and push those 3 long friction pins through. Bring these around. Make sure that they're in the middle of these selector pieces. Alright, so they appear to be in the middle. So now we need to create the locking piece to lock them in. Alright, that's the first one. Probably didn't see how it went in, but I'll show you on this side. It's basically the same thing. So we're going to attach this pin into an open hole over here. And push this 3 long friction pin into this piece. And that pretty much locks it all in. That's kind of how we can do our selector now. Okay, everything works. We have another couple pieces. That all the way across there. These pieces we're putting on are also going to really make this really stable. So you've got this cross support and then this tying all that together. It's already feeling very stable. Alright, so we turn this around. We're basically going to do the other side now. Start by attaching this here. Goes across there. This one's slightly different. And what's this tying into? All right. Move that to the side. We have a little sub build to do. We have this 7 long axle, so we can go in here. We have a thin bushing. We have 3 of these small pulley wheels with another thin bushing. That piece. This is the only friction pin with a toe ball that we had in this bag. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. I'm sure something's got to connect to it. Okay. Bring this over and slide these 3 long friction pins in there. Move that back to the side. Alright, have that little assembly done. Attach that there. Got that there. We have another 15 long lift arm that goes here. Rotate this up. We have 2 more. One goes there, the other one goes here. Line that up. We have a 7 long axle that slides all the way through. Do it like that for now. We have another little sub-assembly to make. These. I figure out what the actual name of these things are. I hate saying a couple of these. I know the names of a lot of these parts, but some of them, they have very specific names for them. Goes there. So let's see here. Okay, so these pins, 2 friction pins, are going to go into each one of these rectangular frames, and then we slide these 2 pins in that have the axle connectors. Now I can pull down that piece. And we're basically going to connect that piece there, push that little axle through. Same over here. Push those 2 through. Almost done with this portion of the build. It's starting to look like a crane now. Taking shape. Alright, we have 3 of these. Interesting. So that goes across there. It's like we've created a little ladder looking piece, and then we're gonna finish it off with what appears to be a guardrail of sorts, or really like a handrail. Just like that. So the ladder with a handrail. Now we're going to do another little handrail piece. So that's the basic shape of it. The instructions show a little one-to-one diagram, so I can kind of line it up best I can. And that goes there. That piece slides in like that. So that's our little walkway to get up to the control cab area. Rotate this around. We have 2 more little supports there and right there. Alright, so there we go. That completes bags number 3 and part 3 of the build of the Lego Technic crawler crane. So we have bags 4 left, and this will more or less complete the build of this this massive machine. It's getting really, really big. You can see, I don't know if you can really see, but it's massive. I mean, look the size of my hand only takes up about half of it. It goes from here to here, and I have a pretty big hand, so it's a large set. So make sure to subscribe, check out the other parts. We got one more part.